Hello friends, my name is Rajiv and in this video we will understand how to learn Python to work in VFX Pipeline. So this is our topic, how to learn Python to work in VFX. Okay, so let's start. So first you should understand how to install Python. And remember one thing, in this video I will not give you any explanation regarding or any solution for any issue. I will just tell you few things which you should understand. That maybe for that you can find these related tutorials in this channel, VFX Pipeline channel. Okay, so let's see. If I'm talking about, you should understand first how to install Python or how to install Python packages. That means these I will not tell you these things in this video because I don't want to make this video 4 hours long. I don't want to make this boring lecture. I will just tell you the straightforward things, what you should know before you make anything in Python for VFX Pipeline. Okay, so first thing first, you should understand how to install Python. I know in Windows it's just straightforward, you can download exe and just double click and everything will be done, but in Linux it's not that like that. When it's come to you have to install the multiple version of Python, and this is also you need to understand that what are the Python versions, what Python versions your host 3D package is using, and what package is currently installed, default install in your system. You cannot use like same Python version for each and every application. So let's say, like, if you're using old Maya 2011 or 2012, they are that application is using 2.6 Python 2.6 library. But if you compare to like Maya 2015 or a newer version of Houdini, like Houdini 13, they are having Houdini 2.75. So you should understand that what is this Python version and how your system version can conflict with that. So you should understand how to install Python packages also. Like if let's say for example PyQt. PyQt is a application user interface framework. With that you can create user interface good, and PyQt is the binding for Qt. So if you want to install that package to run to execute that PyQt application, you must have PyQt installed in your system. So but if you are talking about Maya is built on PyQt, so you can run your PyQt stuff in Maya. But if you want to create some custom UI for Houdini, so you must know the PyQt and how to install that. PyQt is just an example like that. There are several other packages like for MySQL database packages, other packages you must know. For that you should understand how the PyPy is work, how the easy install is work. So you can just install the packages, Python packages to Python. Again, I'll tell you that this tutorial is not built for each and every installation. So that's why I'm not showing you anything like how to install this thing. You should know this thing. I can just tell you in this video like that. Okay, so and you should understand like how to build and compile the custom packages also. Like sometimes you will only receive the with that you also know that you should know that how the Python path works. So because Python path is the path where your all Python modules and all the Python files, Python scripts will exit. So whenever your system run any application or anything which is related to Python, it's first looking in the Python path. Whether it's related to your application like Maya and Houdini, they are looking for the Python path. So you must understand that where the Python path is there. So again, just learn about the Python paths and how you can set the Python paths. You can find all these topics video tutorial and VFX Pipeline channel. So yeah, you can search in there. Other than that, you should know that how to use already built Python programs or script. So you want to learn Python programming. Before that, you should understand if you have any Python code, so how you can run that Python code. This is the must thing which you all should know. That I can surely say that most of the new beginners who come to learn Python things, they literally don't know how to execute the Python scripts and how to run the Python program. So first you should understand that if you have bunch of code, I'm not talking about the writing codes or making application. I'm just saying that application is ready. You can go and download thousands of application, Python application, which is available on GitHub. You can just go and download, grab that, and just run in your system. Then you will realize that there are how many libraries are dependent on that package. So maybe they used some package which is not installed your system, like they use some if you download any application which is related to database, and if in your system the database package is not installed, that is MySQLDB is, then it will create errors. So you should rectify these errors first. Okay, so you should understand that what is the file and file structure of programs, or where's the UI file saves, what is the PYC file, and how PYC file generate, why PYC file generate, and this is very basic, but this really makes your foundation very clear to do big things in production. For beginners, never ever start with any tutorial which says Python in Nuke, Python in Houdini, or any advanced Python programming tutorial, object oriented programming tutorial. Beginners, do not go with those tutorials. With that you will just confuse. Listen, Python, everywhere the Python is same, the Python syntax is same, Python core library will be same. All Nuke or any 3D package, they have their separate Python API, and with that they just clearly give you the help with all the Python commands which you have to execute. So in starting, you just understand how Python work. Do not go and learn how Python works in Nuke and how Python works in Houdini. That will give you a lot of confusion. Okay, so don't go for this. Don't go for any advanced Python things and any object oriented programming in classes and all. The little bit amount of knowledge if you have, it's okay, but it's that this thing I'm telling you, because if once you understand how this Python works, then in any 3D package it works in a very same pattern. So no need to worry about that. All right, so what you do first install Python. Okay, and after that install Python IDE in your system. So when you start working on Python, and in your learning stage and in your beginning stage, you should have a good IDE installed in your system. IDE is it's your development software where you can develop, where you can write codes, and will help you. So what kind of help this IDE can do for you is like I can tell you with this. This is a PyCharm community edition. So this is an example of IDE. IDE is like that kind of software where you can write codes. Okay, so here you can autocomplete things. So what is autocomplete? I will just give you very quick example. Like if you want to write some code but you don't know you remember a little bit, like there is a module something like SYS or something like OS. So once you start working, just type IM, and this software is very intelligent. This will tell you, oh, maybe you should type import. So press enter and it will autocomplete this thing for you. Okay, and after that it will show you this red line. This red line means like this is expecting something, but it's not completely there should be some sort of data or some sort of thing required. Okay, so here we will type like OS. Okay, so when we start typing O, and it will give us all the packages which is start from O. Okay, let's say O, and it's give us O. And if we want to import PyQt, so let's type P, and we can see the PyQt, even it shows the path also. So this is the autocomplete options which IDE give you. So when you are new and beginner, don't work directly just in idle. I'll show you what the idle is. It's like this Python idle, and this will also give you the autocomplete function, but the IDE like PyCharm or Eclipse or PyDev, I can show you this IDE there. Okay, I'll make a complete tutorial for these IDEs which is available in Linux. I will make this tutorial. Okay, so here also like you can import, let's say we will import get pass. So control space will autocomplete this, or give you the options to fill the values here. Okay, so yes, autocomplete option is there. It's very easy to read code in proper color. So if you are reading a file which is just like a simple text or in a notepad, so it's very hard to it's not very comfortable to read a code, a very complex code. Okay, so let's say if I open an example, so we can see a code. Okay, so we have this code here. So here I can see, okay, this is my class starting here. I can see, okay, this is the string here. So it's very easy to understand with this. Even if it is in plain text, it looks very ugly. So it's better to have a proper IDE in for beginner also. Even for advanced users, they use this. If you are starting Python, I would highly recommend use PyCharm. It's very good IDE, and you can download the community free version for this IDE. All right, and also it will show you the errors in beginning. So whenever you start coding your application, and if you did something wrong, it will show you the error, and if you want to execute that, it will raise an error for you, and it will show you exactly which line is having problem. So let's say line 41 is having some problem. You can see that line 41, what is the issue? They said that there is no module called name P. So there is no module called P. So if we say import OS, and again if we run this demo, we can see there is no error. Okay, so that's why this Python IDE is very important. Other than that, the next step will be understand the general concept of Python. So first understand where semicolon is required, how to write functions, how to execute scripts, and you should understand what is a script. Scripts, I will make another tutorial for that, but script is a file which Python read from top to bottom. Okay, and yeah, this is the very smallest form of application, right? All right, so and in detail we will learn that how we can create scripts, Python script, shell scripts, and other scripts, but here we talk about the Python. So, and you must have the understanding about what is the variables, why we can use why we use these variables in Python. You should know that what is comment. I can show you quickly here, like these green things are comments. These green things are basically, this is the code, this is the thing which is not related to code. It will just help you So like it just indicate you, okay, this function is doing this thing and this function is doing this thing. So it can explain your code well. So what is the function? So with that, this all things you should know. I will not share just in Python how it will gonna work, and you should understand each and everything in once when you started, but at least you should have a basic understanding. Okay, these things are actually I should know when I am starting any Python programming or any advanced level coding in VFX Pipeline. Okay, so what is modules, what is float, integer, strings, just go search, learn about these things. This is very important before you start anything in Python. Where you can learn, simply use internet. It's like back old days when the people having any issues, they just sit in front of computer and just trying to get any solution from that the manual which provided by the application. But now the things is changed. Now the things in learning things is very changing. If you have any issue, you can just put your code in Google, and you have to learn the blogs and the forums which contain the similar queries, and most of the time you will find the solution very easily from internet. Okay, so this is very good habit to go use internet for your learning process. Okay, don't just believe on one website or any one video. Just try to learn from everywhere, wherever you found the knowledge about the thing which you are learning. So let's say if you're talking about a Python, you should learn the online Python manual as well as the Python tutorials on YouTube. I will recommend the good Python tutorial from Google developers website. So these are also very good tutorials. So yes, with that you can learn, you can use internet for your thing. Okay, once you complete with that, then jump inside the VFX pipeline, VFX application, and then the first thing you should understand that find out the Python editor. Where's the Python editor in that application? And just start typing your same code which you are typing in your IDE, like that. So whatever you're typing in IDE and whatever thing you will type in your Python editor of Maya, Houdini, Nuke, RealFlow, whatever, those codes will work similarly, no difference at all. Okay, but make sure you should have the same library installed. Okay, then learn about the Python API of that application. So like in case of Maya, you should learn the things about PyML. Okay, and if you are in Houdini, you should understand the home, that is Houdini object model. So like that, each and every application is having their API, Python API. So with that you can access the functionality of that application, and you can create some tools to automate your workflow, or to get something to get your thing done faster. Okay, and Python commands reference manual is very important, which provided by the each application which provide the Python API. And what's this Python command reference is, so let's say if I say as I type here import OS. Okay, and what this OS is doing, I can learn this thing on Python Python manual, because this is Python library. Okay, but if suppose if any software is having any command which is inbuilt command. Okay, so let's say in Houdini there is a command, you can type import HOU, which here it will give you a error, but in Houdini it will not give you any error. Okay, so that's why where you can learn the HOU thing, and how you can understand like what type of commands are exist for that application. That is actually the Python command reference manual. So there will be thousands of commands which will be there with their explanation or with their example codes. You should keep the reference manual with you, and don't try to learn or remember, recognize each and every command in your mind first time. That will come with your practical experience with coding. Okay, so even for experienced programmer, they don't know all the commands for these applications like Maya, Houdini, new. Obviously those commands which is like regularly it's in use, they know that, like, but they all the commands, it's very hard to recognize that. So just use reference, use commands, use try to learn from others code which is available on internet. Like, there are very wide VFX community on GitHub. You can search different open source packages out there, you can get their codes, you can learn the programming way how the other programmers are working. So with that you definitely get some good idea of doing things in the VFX pipeline. And end of the day, the VFX pipeline is just all about automating your data. With Python you can just customize your workflow, you can create your workflow. Things can go from one point to another second point. It's very easy with Python, so you can code and you can plan according to that. So that's it for this tutorial. If you like this tutorial, please subscribe, and I'll try to give you all the points which I mentioned in this tutorial. I will make video tutorial for all the things, like how to install Python, how to build modules, what is functions, what is classes, what is object oriented programming, and what is Houdini object model, what is PyML, how we can use this, and we'll try to combine all this stuff, and I will try to make tutorial for each and everything. So just don't forget to subscribe to get the update of new tutorials. Alright, so see you in next video. Bye bye.